The treatment right now is so horrible that in a lot of cases it just kills the patient, or it makes you wish that you're dead. So you might want to consider just doing nothing and enjoying your next 6, 8 months that you have left. And I thought, oh, really? I had a little boy. My husband was not going for that one. So we got off the phone and we started Googling and we started looking at what was out there. There has to be something major has to be going on. We called hospitals, we called doctors, the best all over the country. 2 weeks here, 3 weeks there, a month there. I'm like, oh my God, I could be dead by the time I get an appointment, right? So then with some help from some friends and some divine intervention, I found myself at Memorial Sloan Kettering. Let me tell you, this is the big kahuna of all cancer institutions. I mean, if you have cancer, this is a place you're supposed to be. So I show up there, and the place is pretty incredible. I mean, it looks like a spa. You've got, great lighting, massage chairs, little television. I'm like, I can get used to hanging out in this place. It wouldn't be so bad. They call me in. I go into the office. These young doctors, I swear they were like 12 years old. I was like, how are these dudes ever going to figure anything out? But okay. They spent about 30, 40 minutes asking me questions, prodding, looking at stuff, coming back in, and then the cancer god comes in. Oh my goodness. There was silence in the room. He came in, he sat down, and they told me, don't ask him any questions. Only speak if I was spoken to. I'm like, really? Okay. So he sat, and he talked, and he looked at me, and he said, you have stage 4 metastatic melanoma. The primary is in your lungs. My lungs? How did that happen? Did I fall asleep at the beach with my mouth open? That's not right. This is skin cancer, right? And then he stopped, and he looked at me, and he said, we don't know where the primary could have originated, but right now it's in your lungs, liver, lymph nodes, and uterus. And your chance of survival is probably 6 to 10 months. But I'll tell you what, there's no great standard treatment of care. And the best option might be just enjoying your life. But we're working on a few clinical trials. There's one in particular, and if it comes up, we'll treat you in January. But I'm pretty sure it's going to come up. So go, enjoy your holidays. You don't want to start anything now. Christmas is a really bad time to start cancer treatment. All the good doctors are on holiday, and, it's going to make you really sick. So we said, okay, let me compartmentalize this, and let's go have a really good Christmas. Do something we love. Came back January 5th, called the doctor. I'm like, hey, I'm ready to get started. He said, yeah, no, sorry about that. We didn't get approved. But we might get approved in March. I'm like, March? What are you saying March? My cancer cock's kicking like this. I mean, I gotta do something. You gotta do something. You gotta treat me. And he goes, well, what I can do is I can hook you up to an IL-2. You can do some massive radiation. It might help you, it might not, but honestly, you might as well just wait for the trial to come up or enjoy your life. Well, that wasn't gonna happen. So Mike and I went home, and my husband went into superstar mode. And by the way, if you have cancer, you need a concierge. That's somebody that can go with you on all your appointments, take notes, and make sense of all the chaos that's happening when you're going on through this journey. So we started going through. We knew the numbers were PLX 4032, and where was this drug going to be approved. Finally, it popped up at locations in Southern California, but clinicaltrial.gov wouldn't tell us what hospital, so we started calling. So the telethon began. And I work in sales, so smiling and dialing is what I do. So Mike and I started calling, waiting for that, that hesitation in their voice, so we knew that we had struck gold. Finally, after about a few hundred calls, we hit this woman that kind of made this pregnant pause and awkward silence and said, how'd you get this number? I said, oh, from my doctor. Well, we're not enrolling people yet. And how do you know? I'll get back to you. Let me take your information. And she did. And we hung up, and I knew, wow, we struck gold. So did you know if you Google somebody's name and have an idea where they live, you can get a good Google Maps of where they live? Well, my husband and I were thinking, why don't we just fly out to LA and just sit in the doctor's driveway? I mean, come on. If I'm sitting there, he's going to talk to me, right? And then something else dawned on me. The cancer god had given me his business card. And I looked down, and right there was a cell phone number. And I thought, all right, I know this is like hoping for a lot because he wasn't so kind the first time I met him, but hey. I called him. He picked up the phone, and I said, hey, remember me? I'm Cheryl Stratus. You know the girl you don't want to treat? He's like, yeah. I said, I found out who got approved for the clinical trial. His name is Dr. Antonio Rivas. Huh. How do you know that? I just do. I don't even know who's gotten approved. I said, it is. It's Dr. Rivas. Do you know him? Can you give me his phone number? Can I connect with him? He goes, as a matter of fact, I'm in Berlin right now at a melanoma conference, and he's standing right next to me. I'll give him the message. Well, can I talk to him? I'll give him the message. Ah, geez. So we hung up the phone. I sat there for a couple hours thinking, all right, I hope this guy isn't just another asshole like everybody else. But the phone did ring, and he was not. And he said to me, I can't believe you've been on this ride for now 8-9 weeks and nobody's treated you. I'm going to land in LA on Monday. Can you be in my clinic on Tuesday? I have completely nothing scheduled. We fly into UCLA. We met with him on a Tuesday. He spent not 3 minutes, but 3 hours with us, explaining the landscape of cancer research and how I was going to be an astronaut and explore the possibilities that have never been explored in drug delivery and development. And I was excited. I mean, oh my God, for the first time, this whole cancer trip didn't seem so bad. And then he looked at me and he said, you know, expiration date, I don't see one on your forehead. Nobody can tell you when the end is. In fact, we're all terminal. So for a doctor to be as bold as to give you a time deadline, it's not possible. I've seen miracles. Your body has not had cancer. I don't know how it's going to react, and we're going to try a clinical trial.